Three early 19th century shipwrecks, found at the bottom of the Gulf nearly 200 miles off the mouth of the Mississippi River, provide tantalizing evidence of the Gulf's violent nature at that time. It was a period marked by struggles by Latin American countries for independence from Spain, as well as conflicts among the young United States, France, and Great Britain, notably the War of 1812. Those conflicts saw battles on both land and sea. Also, the political unrest of the time led to an outbreak of piracy that made the Gulf a feared spot for mariners. Now called the Monterrey Shipwrecks, Monterrey A, B, and C may have been sailing together and lost in a storm on a Gulf that continues to be known for the violence of its hurricanes. Monterrey C is a merchant ship from the 19th century that was discovered in 2013 while archaeologists were completing the initial phase of research and excavation on the Monterrey A wreck. With sonar images of what were likely other wrecks close by, the team decided to slowly move the Nautilus toward the two sites, with the ROV also slowly moving forward, its underwater thrusters pushing it through the deep, dark water. The team watched as the bow of the Monterrey C Shipwreck appeared from the gloom, with a large half-buried anchor sticking up out of the mud. The tip of the bow was bent and lay flat with the seabed, which led the team to realize that this wreck had come to rest, lying on its side. That means that the bottom of the hull is gone, its wood consumed by marine mollusks. Much of the wood that also made up one half of the ship is gone. This includes the port or left side of the ship. The copper that once protected its planks from marine organisms now lies crumpled along the partial starboard or right side of the hull. Sadly, the site is amazingly empty when compared to the other two Monterrey wrecks. This suggests that the Monterrey C wreck was carrying either no cargo or a perishable cargo that has left no visible trace, unlike those seen on the other wrecks. A large anchor lies inside the wreck alongside a capstan, a piece of equipment for raising anchors. It is one of a few visible artifacts. Others include bottles, ceramic containers and dishes, and some of the same alcoholic beverage bottles and ceramic jars seen on the Monterrey A and Monterrey B shipwrecks. The physical closeness of the other two wrecks and the fact that the same type of artifacts were found on all three strongly suggests that they'd been sailing together and were lost together. Research continues, but for now there is no clue as to the vessels' names or exactly when these three were lost. But Monterrey A is the only armed vessel in the group. When the wind and the sea sank them all, most likely with no survivors to tell their stories. The position of the wreckage and a badly fractured stern post and anchor show that the Monterrey C wreck hit the seabed stern first. The wreck then likely pivoted and fell onto its starboard side and came to rest. A mound of stone used to ballast, or balance the hull, and a cluster of artifacts at the stern are mute evidence of the last moments of movement for this ship after it sank. The forensics of shipwreck investigation, like that of crime scene work, tries to reconstruct what happened, as well as seek an identity. Like Monterrey A and B, Monterrey C's artifacts include highly valuable navigational instruments, including an amazing discovery made in 2014 when the team returned to the three sites with the NOAA ship Okeanos Explorer. A ship's chronometer was found near the stern, lying in the sediment, its front face visible. Water inside the glass face obscures the numbers on the chronometer, which was a highly accurate clock used to help the navigators establish the ship's position at sea. If ever recovered, the time the chronometer stopped could be read, establishing the time, but not the date, of sinking. That's literally using archaeology to determine a frozen moment in time.
I think the most amazing find that we made on Monterrey C was the presence of the chronometer. We'd seen navigational instruments on other ships, for example, telescopes, octants, which are commonly used for doing sun sightings and determining your latitude. This is the first time we'd seen a chronometer of this sort. Again, would have been an extremely expensive instrument and would have been very unusual to have on a commercial vessel in the Gulf of Mexico in this period.
Like the other Monterrey shipwrecks, the evidence suggests that the vessel sank with no survivors. If caught in a violent storm, so far out to sea, there was little chance of survival if the crew had to take to a small boat or boats on a wind-lashed ocean. That's where archaeology can enter the picture and reveal more as research continues.